I had just moved into a new city. I was looking for things to do, so I took on some martial arts class, some salsa dancing class, and even improv comedy. But that was on top of my full-time job, and I found that I just couldn't maintain my social life. So I also wanted to work on my YouTube videos and find time for all of that. So when I started looking into it, I decided to experiment with waking up at 4:30. When I began researching online, I found so many people talking about the benefits of waking up early at 4:30. People like Jocko Willing, people like Robin Sharma, and even other people like Tim Ferriss. And the more I looked, the more CEOs I found who credited their success to waking up super early. So I figured if it's working for them, it'll work for me. So I started out with a challenge of waking up for 30 days at 4:30, but it became a lot longer. I'll be the first one to admit, man, my schedule up until that point was just, let's just say not organized, okay? I would sleep at around midnight to 1 a.m. I would wake up super sleepy around 7:30, go to work at 8, stay at work till about 6:30, go straight to the gym, come back, have dinner, and go back to sleep. So as you can see, outside of work and maybe going to the gym if I'm feeling up to it, I didn't really have a time to do anything else. So this is a new routine that I made for myself, okay? This was the bulletproof plan. Wake up at 4:30, immediately put on your shoes, go to the gym, come back from the gym, shower. After the shower, I go and meditate for about half an hour. After doing that, I would hit my computer, do all of my video editing, then go to work, and then do whatever I had to do. That was the plan. First week I was super excited. I was trying out something new. I couldn't wait to get more work done, and I had read so much about waking up in the morning that I was like, oh my god, my life's gonna change, blah blah blah, all of this stuff is going to happen. So of course the first week was super hard to get up on time, but I felt like when I did get up, yes, I've done it, I've gotten up early, everyone else is asleep, I'm grinding, I'd be on the treadmill or I'd be hitting the weights, I'd feel good about myself. And when you wake up and you have some wins at the start of the day, like if you wanted to go to the gym and you went to the gym, that's a win. Or if you wanted to meditate and you meditated, that's a win. I was compiling all these wins for myself really early on in the day, and I'd feel really good about myself. So I feel like when you have discipline in life in general, when you make yourself a promise and you deliver on that promise, you just feel good about yourself. So in the first week, I was definitely feeling really high in confidence because I was delivering on my goals. And yeah, the productivity was there as well, because I'd wake up and everyone would be completely asleep. My phone wouldn't be buzzing. I wouldn't get annoyed. I'd be 100% focused. There'd be blood in my system because I had just worked out. I'd be fresh after the shower, and I was doing all my video editing. Yeah, so in the first week, my productivity definitely went up. I was getting a lot more done than I usually would have done. And when I came back from work and I went to the gym, I felt like I was pretty tired because I had been up for so long. And I couldn't sleep on time, man. Like at least in the first week, it's gonna take you a while to get used to it, but I was still sleeping at 12, I was sleeping at 1. So getting into the second week, I started experimenting with something called melatonin. It's just a natural hormone your body produces, and it will kind of put me in a sleepy mood, so I'd want to go back to bed. But if it would knock me out, it would knock me out so hard that when I woke up at 4:30, my mind was still just completely shut down. And I was dragging myself to the gym just feeling like crap, right? But still, I felt great about myself. Yasser, you made yourself a promise and you delivered. Approaching about the third week, something became very clear. If I am waking up in the morning and I don't have something super exciting or super important to do, I don't see a need to stay awake. So for example, if I wake up at 4:30 I'm like, do I have anything to do today? Do I have any videos to edit today? And if I don't, I'm like, why am I awake? I'll just go back to sleep. So it's a lot harder for me to stay awake once I am awake. The night before is super important. I have to plan something super exciting early in the morning for myself so that when I wake up, I can't wait to get to it. If I filmed a video the night before, I would make sure that I'm not editing it at night. I would save it for the morning. Giving yourself something to look forward to in the morning is absolutely key, because then you'll wake up and you'll be like, I don't need to be awake. I'll just go back to sleep, and then you'll just take a nap, and that nap will turn into a 6-hour sleep session. So what about the productivity? What about all this game-changing, amazing benefits that you get from waking up in the morning? Was I seeing any of those? And honestly, I was getting so much more done. And if you look back at my YouTube channel, you'll see that when I was waking up 9 a.m. or whenever I was waking up for work, I was pushing out maybe a couple of videos a month. But then when I upped my video production, it was because I was waking up a lot earlier and I had a lot more time. So I was putting in more time into my videos. I was pushing out more videos, and you can see all of that on my channel. And when you start doing that, you start making more videos, or you start producing more, you're getting more time to do things that you like to do, it becomes addictive. You want to do it more and more. You're like, oh my god, there's so much time in the day. I can do this, I can do this, I can do that. And I was doing that for a month, and a month became 2 months, and 2 months became 6 months, and then I crashed. A very important lesson I learned. You can only go at 110% for so long. I was getting a lot of work done. I was being very productive, but I wasn't getting enough sleep. I was still sleeping like 4 hours a night, maybe 3.5 hours a night for 6 months straight. My brain fried. I had no rest between my workouts. I had no rest to be creative in the morning. Just pumping out those videos first thing in the morning again and again and again really took a toll on my body. There were times I felt depressed because you're just lacking energy. You don't have that focus, and you feel foggy all the time. You can't do all of the things that you want to do 100%. Sure, you're doing a lot of things, but you're doing all of those things at like a 30 or 40%. So if you are waking up really early in the morning to get work done, do it if you're getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep. I couldn't sleep at 9 p.m., man. I wanted to maintain a social life. I wanted to go out with my friends, do things. I didn't want to come home and tuck myself in by 9 o'clock. I mean, come on, man. I'm still young. So even though I was getting a lot of work done, I think it wasn't my best work. I think if I had put in 100% of my energy after getting sleep, taking longer to do the same work, not only would the work have looked better, but I would have been in a better mind state. It would have been something that I could do for a longer period of time, because you can only do this for so long, the hustle and grind mentality. I got really carried away with it. And eventually I decided, okay, you know what? I'm not going to set an alarm for 4:30 anymore. I'm going to wake up on time and do whatever it is I was doing before. At the end of the day, guys, no matter how much you read about something, how beneficial it is, whether it's waking up in the morning or meditating or getting on a plant-based diet, whatever it is, it probably works for someone out there, right? But in order for you to know that it works for you, you have to try it. And for a long time, I was in denial. I was like, no, it works for all of these CEOs, so even if I feel like shit, even if I don't have energy, even if I'm not creative, this is working and I should continue doing it and I should tell the whole world about it. And that's just not the case. I was bullshitting myself. I think I was getting too addicted to getting all of the work done. So when I really dial it down, not only did the quality of my work increase, but the quality of my life did as well. So would I recommend you waking up at 4:30 in the morning to get work done? I mean, if you want to do it, you can, but you'll be sleeping a lot earlier. I would not tell you to sacrifice your sleep for anything. Human beings, funnily enough, are the only species on the planet who would voluntarily sacrifice their sleep for apparently no reason. That's something Matthew Walker talks about in his book, Why We Sleep. Absolute game changer for me. He talks about how your life should just revolve around getting at least 8 hours of sleep. Amazing book if you haven't read it. And most of us nowadays aren't getting enough sleep as it is, so I think it's time to put all the hustle and grind mentality to the side and really focus on the things that make us human, the things that make us operate as a regular person most efficiently. So get enough sleep. If you can, try it out, because the time in the morning really is peaceful. You get a lot of work done then. But if you're not a morning person, don't force yourself to be a morning person. Yeah, I think there's something to say about the fact that when you wake up, you have more energy because you're well rested and you can put more focus into it. Towards the end of the day, I don't want to get most of my work done at night because I've been at work the whole day. I've been at the gym. I'm exhausted. I'm tired, and then that little bit of energy that I get left, that's what I put into my creative work. So yeah, you're waking up in the morning, I think you'll have more energy, but don't force yourself to do it if you're not getting enough sleep. So that was my little experiment, my 6-month-long experiment, getting no sleep, waking up at 4:30 to maximize productivity. Didn't really work as well as I hoped it would, but I want you to try it out. And if you have tried it out, let me know in the comments how it turned out. Do you work better earlier in the morning, or do you work better closer to bedtime? Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll be making a lot more of these in the future. Stay tuned to the channel. I will see you next time. Take care.